I live with the assurance of my divinity.
Good morning. Normally we stand up and sing right now, but this morning we're not. Ooh. Mixing things up a little bit this morning. So Reverend Marypatriece Wendt is our speaker for today. She's actually going to open with meditation and then with her message. I guess she wanted to mix things up a little bit this morning, which is good for everybody. And it's marvelous to see some new faces and some faces we haven't seen in a while this morning. So just as a little reminder, Reverend Marypatriece comes to us live and in person all the way from Woodstock, Illinois, which we really appreciate. For those of you who are new, we do not have a full-time minister, and in many ways it works out beautifully because we get to have these speakers that come every Sunday, and so we get to hear different people. And Reverend Marypatriece has been doing this for quite a while. She's now sort of quote-unquote retired, not doing it full-time, but she's busier than she's ever been. And we really appreciate that she takes the time to drive all the way here to be with us in person, because as a lot of us know, some of our speakers are Zoom, some are in person, and in person is always a wonderful thing. And so we appreciate her and her wonderful husband, Tom. And so please welcome this morning Reverend Marypatriece Wendt.
Thank you. Okay, let's go ahead and settle into this time together. Let's take a deep breath. Let's move into this space. Closing out the outer ideas and maybe voices that have followed us in here. Let's imagine ourselves going into a comfy and cozy bedroom. See this beautiful bed with fluffy pillows and a soft comforter and just amazingly calling your name. And yet, you're not going to go and lay on it at this moment. As you move into this room, see a beautiful, comfy, and cozy chair. This comfy and cozy chair is ready and waiting for you to relax into. Know that this moment is here, protected, closed off from anything that is holding your heart. And yet, your heart may be tugged by ideas or voices that want to come in and join you. If you hear them, it's okay. If you'd like to, go to the door and welcome one in. Bring that little voice showing up as just this small child over to you, to the chair, and let that child sit on your knee and share with you all that's on their heart and all the things they want you to know and think about and be aware of. And when they pause for a breath and finish their message, just hug them and thank them. Thank you for wanting to share this story with me. Thank you for the message you bring to me today. I love you, and I know you want the best for me. And as you look into the eyes of this child, you just smile and say, come with me. And you stand up and gently walk over, holding their hand, and lift them into this comfy, cozy bed and tuck them in under the covers and kiss them on the forehead. And say, you're safe here. It's okay to rest here. I'm with you. And as you breathe again and you listen to find out if there might be another voice that is pulling at your heart, tugging at maybe something to do or something to say or something to plan, go back to that door. Bring that next little voice in. Allow them to sit on your knee and share. And as they finish that sharing and take a breath, again, hug them and say, I love you. Thank you for holding me in your mind and knowing that you have a message for me that will help me to understand what I need to do or where I need to go. And it's okay now to rest that message. And it's okay now to rest. As you gently take that little hand with you and walk over to that big, comfy, cozy bed and move this next little body in underneath those covers and tuck it in. And take a deep breath, knowing that they are at rest. And continue for any other little voices you hear or little tugs on your heart. Until you hear peace. Gentle breathing. And as you know that all of those thoughts and plans that held your attention, that they are at rest, find that comfy, cozy chair once more. It is your time to rest. It is your time to be with that peace, that silence, and perhaps maybe the time to be aware of that same wonderful, wonderful exercise that Bedford introduced today. I am aware of being. And allow the quiet to hold you. I am aware. I am. I. Let this presence fill you. Let this presence guide you. Let it hold you, and let it be the source that you go to with thoughts and concerns that hold your heart. And as we come back to this time and place and space, we say, thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, life. And so it is. Amen. Well, it was supposed to feel better. It was supposed to create peace. It was supposed to create a buffer. It was to get me in the world, but not of the world. I was depending on this. And that's what I wanted. I wanted peace. I wanted to feel like everything was going in the flow and that I was with it and I was just moving along in my day and everything just kind of aligned and opened up what I needed to open up. And I was ready. I was ready to let go of what I had been doing. You know, this practice where I go and I hear this message, and during the week I go out and I'm like, I've got this idea. I'm going to really do good. I am not going to make mistakes. And every time during the week I'm like, oh, there goes one. Oh, there goes two. Oh, I don't want to tell you how many fingers I needed, but I didn't have enough of my own. And I was in this loop of, hear a great talk, I'm going to have this great week, I'm really going to make sure I do it right, and then I would start tallying all the times I didn't do it, and then I'd come back and I'd have to go talk to somebody and tell them all the things that I didn't do well, and then they'd have to tell me how to get out of it and what I needed to do, make it right, and then it just started over and over again. It was a cycle. This was the cycle that I was in. Anybody else ever done that before? It was a pattern. It was a program. It was something that I had, been initiated into from a very young age. And I was tired of it. Anybody else tired of it? I was tired of it. And I wanted something different. I was looking for something different. I could do something different. It's time. And then, slide number 1. Well, that's my talk title. Just the picture made me feel like, I could breathe. Ooh, wait a minute. Maybe I can levitate. I know people have tried, and I've read about them. I've read about a lot of people that do these kinds of things. And they were just like, we're in this space. We just kind of float through life, right? We kind of move through things that don't affect us. We kind of have this perception, like, you didn't like dinner tonight? Oh, well, that's okay. There's peanut butter and jelly in the pantry. Or, gosh, I didn't get that report quite right. Oh, maybe next time, but I'm feeling good all the time. That's what I thought what I was going to do, because I wanted this life of something they called spirituality. It sounded great. People got together and they practiced it together, and they practiced it at home, and they would meditate, and they'd have affirmations and all these great tools. And I'm like, give me the tools, I'll take them. I want to have a great week. And I envisioned my life looking like that. I'm gonna float through. Anybody else get that impression? If you live a spiritual life, somehow you just kind of maneuver this, and you kind of like, yeah, that stuff is happening, but it's not touching me, right? I envision this beautiful place of peace and clarity, and gosh, I was so in tune with my divine self that, I could predict things. Well, I could predict my kids might not like my dinner. That I could. And I looked forward to feeling a rhythm to my life, feeling like there was a purpose, like there was a presence guiding me through. And that's what I wanted. I wanted to see, not just the pile of laundry, but I wanted to see the one clean shirt that they put into that pile of laundry that they forgot was still clean. The good, the bright thing there, right? And the rest of it that didn't feel good, I just wanted to say, let it go. Just like the song, let it go. And it would float away, and it would no longer be in my ethers. But I don't know about you. I've practiced, and I'm still not there. I'm not there all the time. I will tell you that there are a lot of times that are much better. They are much better. But there are still those other times that haven't been. And there's a lot of them. I count them still. And I need more than my own two hands. My understanding was that spirituality would redirect me or insulate me from unwanted experiences. Of course, if I'm in tune with my higher source, they're going to tell me to make a right turn if there's an accident waiting ahead, right? They're going to redirect me so I don't find myself in the middle of an argument that I really wasn't hoping to be part of. Slide number 2. Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it's faced. Interesting. So what am I doing here? Am I failing? Is spirituality an unreachable dream that I'm holding on to? It kind of like this lovely cartoon that I play in my mind? Because I'd sure like to experience it now. What is it I need to face? Take a deep breath. Always take a deep breath when you're at that point of trying to figure something out. So I looked up the definition for spirituality, and the definition says it's the quality of being concerned with the human spirit or soul as opposed to material or physical things. Okay. Paying attention to here, right? Putting off out here, right? It's one or the other, correct? That's what I'm taking from this definition. Is it true? Is that what spirituality is? That's what's going on in my head. Does it feel right? Do I accept that as true? Because it sounds like it's this or that. I have to either practice this and ignore that, or I'm not being able to do this thing called spirituality. Genesis chapter 32, verse 24 through 26 is about Jacob. Jacob was a very spiritual man. He had sent his tribe, all of his people, all of his family on ahead to go to his father's land, and he stayed behind. And he's in his tent reflecting, and he was left alone. And it says, so Jacob was left alone, and a man wrestled with him until daybreak. When the man saw that he could not overpower him, he touched the socket of his hip so that his hip was wrenched as he wrestled with the man. Then the man said, "Let me go, for it is daybreak." And Jacob replied, "I will not let you go unless you bless me." It doesn't talk about somebody coming into his tent. It doesn't talk about who this person is. So we know that this is like a metaphysical example. And in unity, people are thoughts. If we think about this man as a thought, have you ever experienced trying to go to sleep one night and some thought will not let you go to sleep? You wrestle with it all night long because it is something that's bothering you and you don't have the answer yet? I've done that. And sometimes daybreak does come and I'm still wrestling with it. But Jacob won't let it go until he finds the blessing. I mean, he's even pained. He's got a pain in his hip because of it. He's experiencing physical pain because of the mental torment he's going through. So how do I overcome what is hijacking my peace, my calm, my connection to my higher source? Because we know we are all connected. We know that we come from a divine nature, a divine presence that felt it was important that we should be created. It was a great intro, Bedford. It's like we planned something. How do I find the spiritual blessing in what I'm experiencing in my life when I have to wrestle with it? Well, I think about our master teacher Jesus, and there are some things that I have noticed. He was about owning what he believed, what he did, who he spoke with. He was about ownership. So I thought, I need to start creating, let me try this, let me see what happens, what comes about. So I said, okay, I own my actions. I will also own my words and notice their impact. I will own what is happening around me. 3 things. So it's kind of springtime, and I know you might be out and about in your yards or someplace where you're thinking about spending time. And my husband Tom and I like to do a fire pit often in the summertime. But we like to invite our neighbors over, and they have 2 small children. And the kids love to make s'mores. So we go to the store, and we're going to get the chocolate and the marshmallows and the graham crackers ready to go, because you never know when a day will break now where it could be hey, come on over, let's have a fire pit. So, and we always say we are buying these things for our neighbor. And so all the supplies are there, and there's the bars of chocolate ready to go in the pantry. Somehow, I don't know how it happens, but somehow, pieces keep breaking off and disappearing quietly without a sound. Nobody, it's like if a tree falls in the forest and nobody's there, is there a sound? There is no sound when this chocolate leaves. Somehow it is gone. And it never fails about that time when things start disappearing like that. I start having these feelings that show up. I notice, self-awareness. I notice there's like some guilt showing up in me. And I'm like, is there a correlation? Maybe. In Matthew chapter 5, verse 23 to 24, it says, therefore, if you are offering your gift at the altar and there remember that your brother or has something against you, leave your gift in front of the altar. First go and be reconciled to your brother, then come and offer your gift. And one day, my husband Tom happened to notice there's less chocolate. Okay, it was me. I did it. I ate it. I savored it, and I loved it. So now I think about, when Jesus was tempted, and when the devil said, I will give you all these lands, all these nations, if you follow me. I will give you piles of money if you will follow me. Think about that, and I think, I could probably get through those first two. But if he said, I will give you unlimited chocolate, I think I'm sunk. Okay. Such a simple moment. But I owned it. I owned my action. As much as I didn't want to, but I owned it and I admitted that this is what I had done. It took away the guilt feelings. They evaporated. It reinforced my relationship with my partner, that he knew that he could trust I would own it up to things that were gone. And it realigned me with my higher self. Because truthfully, my actions and the value of owning me, two different things. I am worth owning. And when I can own myself and my actions, I am saying I have value. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I'm saying I have value over and above what I just did. At least I cleaned up the wrappers. And I get to experience his compassion and his admittance, well, I had some too. And so now we laugh about it, and we know that we have to buy the chocolate a lot closer to the time where we're going to invite somebody over, or just buy extra. Is there a situation for you that you wrestle with? Is there a possibility of owning it? And it may or may not be a healthy thing to own it directly with the person that it's involved with, but owning it with someone who can help you do that. That's reconnecting with your spirit. Number 2, I own my words and reflect on them. I own them. As somebody on the path, I do my best to choose my words consciously, knowing that they send out a power forth from me to impact everyone around me. And I want to have a say in how I impact other people. And I strive to infuse my words with divine intention, to share truth, to inspire, and to motivate, unless I don't. And sometimes that happens. And in those moments, I will feel it. I will feel what I have done, just like that exercise that Bedford practiced with us this morning, owning the feeling of those words. And I think, gosh, if I'd only stopped to think more clearly, if I'd used a different word or a different example, maybe a different tone or voice or body language, or had a different look, When you are focused on a spiritual path, your words have impact. First on you, you notice them, you have that self-awareness, and then others. There's a feeling, a loss of alignment, a loss of personal zeal, and a new opportunity to experience them over and over when you start wrestling with them. Let's try that out. Say this. I can't do anything right. Say that. I can't do anything right. Feel how that shuts. Where's it coming from in your body? I feel it like up here. It's very surface. And then say, I overcome every challenge life brings. I overcome every challenge life brings. Can you feel it coming from a deeper space? One binds, the other empowers. Ernest Holmes says in Your Invisible Power, his book, it says, is it believing in actual limitation or merely in a restricted use of freedom? You cannot change limitation. Do you believe you're limited, or do you believe that you're free to adjust what has just happened? And it doesn't have anything to do with anyone else. The first row is you. Sometimes in a group, in sharing with a group or even one person, I can feel the glow and the grow and the flow of the words coming through, and yet I might sense that there's a disconnect with the people that might hear me. Am I still in alignment with my spirit? Because our master teacher, Jesus, often said things that unraveled people that were listening, but was in alignment with who he chose to be and was, in alignment with his higher source. Other times, I may go back to a friend or a group and check in and address that and correct that. Say, you know what? When we were talking the other day, I said something. I just don't feel really good about it. Can we chat about that again? I really need to clarify and to openly, honestly admit what my intention was and how it came out, and it didn't feel good to me. And sometimes they'll say, oh, I didn't even notice. And I'll say, but I did. And I need to make that correction. There's no outside person taking an account of my missteps. It's me. It's me taking an account of my alignment and being open and honest about it. Now, sometimes, and I don't know if you've ever experienced this, sometimes people may give you feedback, right? And the feedback is also the opportunity to be in alignment. So I did have a friend of mine give me some feedback once. She said, you know, that joke you told the other day, gosh, it kind of went sideways. And I know that's not who you want to be, but it kind of goes sideways. Here's an idea. And you know what? I was so grateful for her, because when I went back and looked at it, I'm like, yeah, I wasn't in alignment there. I wasn't. Thank you for sharing that with me. You're helping me to grow. You're supporting my spiritual house. Number 3, I own what is happening around me. Our third unity principle reminds us thoughts and mind produce after their kind. So I'm producing things around me. I am here, I'm interacting, I see you, we're talking, we're planning, we're having conversations. So the production of what's occurring around me has been built partly in conjunction with others, but by me in perhaps very simple ways. Do you ever go to the store and you buy things that are organic? Well, you're supporting the idea that organic is helpful and good for us, so they're going to produce and bring in more. That's a positive thing that you can do. Do you serve for a cause, for a group, for a family event, or a spiritual effort that supports your community? Well, that's another ring of you showing up and sharing your gifts. Or maybe you volunteer at a pet shelter with all those cute, cuddly, furry, four-legged or maybe less-legged friends and resist the urge to take them all home so that someone else can be blessed by them. And by the time you've invested in them, you're shining and in alignment. Keep the energy flowing and glowing. And all along the same lines. Do you open up a new ring even bigger than that? Do you participate in your community? Do you find out what's going on, what's offered, what isn't offered? Maybe you want to help gather signatures to bring an offering to your community that will help it in the bigger sense, because you know the truth is our master teacher, Jesus, created an impact on many different levels, many circles of people, private and public. What would that look like for you? So going back to my opening, I wanted to release this practice of, counting all my wrongs and then coming back and having to admit them and everything, and that definition of spirituality, that being, that quality of concern to being a human spirit or soul as opposed to material and physical things. And I thought to myself, wait a minute, this isn't, it's not connecting for me. So I'm going to tell you, I failed. I failed to manifest that definition. I failed because the truth is, as I've gone through it, I've realized it's not one or the other. It's both. It's owning. It's owning what I do, what I say, and how I am participating in my community. It's owning it. So I pay attention when I'm not in alignment. I pay attention when I am. And I share the gift that I am here to create and be. True spirituality is about overcoming our thoughts that we've been trained into that make us separate, our thoughts that bring about ways that life should be, spirituality should be, and how it should show up for us. It's about overcoming them. It's about wrestling with the ones that don't align with who we want to be. The idea to overcome is that God is present in all things. When God created the world, He stood back and said, it is good. Not good and bad. It is good. And we can find the blessing. We can wrestle with it until we find the blessing. So as we create this space, this alignment with our inner being, That's where the peace is. That's where the calm is. It may feel uncomfortable out here, and we may struggle with that discomfort. But if we are in alignment here, we have a sanctuary, we have a cozy bedroom to go to connect with our higher source. We can be in the world, but not of the world. Of the world is that it created us. It did not. We are in it to be the creators, to participate in what is happening, and to bring our light and our gift to each and every moment we breathe. We're in the driver's seat. Thank you for being in the spiritual driver's seat with me as I journey and I see you journey, and know that it's all part of the bigger plan. I'm going to close with a quote by Marianne Williamson. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Namaste.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid today. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we are not afraid today. God is on our side. God is on our side. God is on our side today. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that God is on our side today. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday.
beautiful song in our hearts, the beautiful message in our minds. Let us join together in our hearts and minds in prayer. Everything is divine. Everything is in order. And yes, sometimes to me that order seems not right. Sometimes it creates a pain. Sometimes we regret. And yet, deeper than that, everything has been overcome because everything is in divine order, is good. We affirm that. We know that in our hearts. Our hearts are always blaring out into our minds, all is well. Even in our imperfections, all is well. Now we can live that. We can express that. We can breathe that. We can feel that. Because it is so. And we are emboldened. Thank you, Spirit. Amen. And let us join in another affirmation together. Unity of Appleton is rich in mind and manifestation now. And we come to our offering. Now we move from our prayer to our affirmation of prosperity. This is the time when those of us who feel unity of Appleton is our spiritual home practice putting Spirit first in our financial life. This practice prospers the spiritual community we love and supports our own spiritual growth and prosperity. Please give whatever amount Spirit guides you to give, whether it is in person or electronically. Whatever that amount is, take that gift into your heart and bless it with your love. Feel free to bless the plate as it passes by. Let yourself feel grateful to God in you as your one source. Then please join in our affirmation of prosperity. Together, unity of Appleton is alive with the energy of Spirit in the flow of divine abundance and radiant with unlimited possibilities. And we continue with the celebration of giving and receiving together. Divine love in and through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I joyfully give and willingly receive. I give in love and trust God as my source.
I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs
need not be overcome by all the world needs, because we have within us all that is needed to give beyond ability, beyond what is needed, because there is unlimited ability to do so. And these gifts are our expressions of that. And may they go out into the world doing all the good that is needed. Amen. And now for announcements. The workshop Wednesdays, the booklet explores Jesus' surrender, this giving Palm Sunday reflections and daily inspiration, which will nurture your spiritual growth during this Lenten season. This Unity publication will help us release what no longer serves you, making room for expansion. Meets right here in Unity on Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. Facilitator Emily. And I don't know if there's anything else that you want to say. She waves her hand. Yeah, it's true. And thank you for helping to inform and enrich our Lenten season. Please join us in the next event planning meeting and share any ideas you have. We'll meet Thursday, April 10th at 1 in the second floor boardroom. If you have some great ideas but can't make the meeting, and if you don't have any great ideas, that's okay too. Please leave your ideas in the blue box under the name tags. Yoga Nidra and vibrational sound bath, crystal bowls, chimes, and drum. Join us for an hour of guided relaxation and deep rest. Let the imagery and sounds create an environment of pure bliss to rest and restore the body and the mind. It really works well. Teresa is doing that. Thank you, Teresa. The Giving Back project of the Event Planning Committee will gather Thursday, April 17th to make affirmation cards and assemble garden seed packets. Please join us downstairs in the cafe at 12:30 for some fun and connection. And these two more ongoing events at Unity, the ongoing book studies group on Mondays from 6 to 7, Effortless Mindfulness, and on Fridays from 1 to 2:30, Soul and Destiny, Alan Cohen. And Earth Care News. Earth Care invites people to read the new board. It's right over here. It is in the sanctuary by the SSAT, the Spiritual Social Action Team, bulletin board. Implement principle number 5 by taking the eco-friendly assessment of daily habits. Borrow items on the table below the board. Principle number 5 is going out into the world with truth. April is Earth Month. Mark your calendars. Tuesday, April 22nd from 6:30 to 8:30 is a free screening of the movie Happy. From Academy Award nominated director Rocco Bellick, Happy combines real-life stories of people around the world and powerful interviews with the leading scientists in happiness research to explore the secrets behind our most valued emotion. I remember watching it, and some of the happiest people were people that we would call destitute, but they were scored high on the happiness quotient. Unity of Appleton, income and expenses. I don't know if, Tom, you have any further statement about this. I think it's all just simply known by reading the figures. And if you have any questions, ask Tom. Okay. A reminder, our potluck, spring potluck, is after the service today. It's all the goodies downstairs. Please come and enjoy. Yeah. Please stay afterwards to clean up downstairs. Yes, thank you. And so let us join together our prayer protection. Let's stand. Once we're able to reach out and affirm. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is.